So she did some dues paying. I have a lot of respect for her. It was a joy singing with her.
Don Henley, the legendary singer and drummer of the Eagles, is not only known for his musical talent, but also for his songwriting. Henley has poured his emotions into his music, especially his tumultuous and heartbreaking love experiences. So what love story inspired his timeless hits? Keep watching as Don Henley reveals the love of his life. But we need to clarify Don Henley's career journey to see how love stories have influenced his career. Don Henley was born on July 26, 1947 in Linden, Texas, into a family of modest means that nurtured musical talent. While still a high school student at Linden Kildare School, Henley tried his hand at football. However, a fateful encounter with his coach changed everything. The coach encouraged Henley to join the school band, and from there, music took over his life. Henley initially played trombone before switching to percussion, discovering a passion for complex, powerful rhythms. As a teenager, Henley joined a band with Richard Bowden, a childhood friend of his. They started as Elmer and later changed to Shiloh. The band went through many changes in members and musical style, but a special event happened in 1969. During a chance meeting, Kenny Rogers noticed and supported the group. He helped them record some songs and launched them into professional music. However, after a short time, the band still broke up in 1971, mainly due to creative differences between the members. After Shiloh broke up, Henley met Glenn Frey, who would become his musical partner for many years to come. Under the guidance of John Boylan, the two joined Linda Ronstadt's backing band in 1971, where they began to develop a distinct musical style. They then decided to form their band with Randy Meisner and Bernie Leadon, creating a legendary group, the Eagles. Signed to Asylum Records, the Eagles officially debuted with their first album in 1972. Don Henley played a major role in the band's success, not only as drummer, but also as the main songwriter. Most of the Eagles' biggest hits were recorded by Henley, such as Take It Easy, Witchy Woman, and Desperado. He was also the lead vocalist on several of their most notable songs, including Hotel California, a legendary song not only for the Eagles, but for all of rock music. The Eagles quickly achieved success, becoming one of the best-selling bands of all time, with over 150 million albums sold worldwide. Their career flourished, but despite this, Henley still felt that his musical journey was incomplete. Despite being an important part of the Eagles' success, Henley was hesitant to start a solo career. "I like being in a band," he says. "I like people to exchange ideas. I like people to share decisions. I don't like everything being put on my shoulders." In fact, after his huge success with the Eagles, Henley took a long time before deciding to make his first solo album. He feared that going solo would put him under too much pressure and without the support of his bandmates. However, after some thought, Henley stepped out of the Eagles' shadow and made his mark on the solo scene with several successful albums and songs like The End of the Innocents. After a long wait, Don Henley released his third solo album, Inside Job, in 2000. The album peaked at number 7 on the Billboard 200, marking his strong return to the solo music scene. It was also a testament to Henley's songwriting talent and prolific musical career, as he continued to maintain prominence both as a solo artist and with the Eagles. One of the highlights of the following years was in 2005, when Don Henley had the opportunity to collaborate with singer Stevie Nicks on her Two Voices tour, where he opened for 10 concerts. This was also a testament to the strong connections Henley had with his talented peers in the music industry. Regarding the future of the Eagles, in a 2007 interview with CNN, Don Henley revealed that although the band members have their own solo careers, they still plan to continue releasing new music. Henley also confirmed that each member is working on their music projects and that he has subsequent solo albums in the pipeline. The Eagles, with their overwhelming success, continue to tour and create new albums, although each member has gone their separate ways in their music career. In addition to his impressive music career, Don Henley's love life was also complicated and tumultuous. One of the most prominent relationships in Henley's life was with Lorelei Scheist, a woman he met in 1974 at a music management company. The two quickly fell in love and moved in together in Malibu. At that time, Lorelei was an attractive woman who attracted Henley from the first time they met. However, the relationship quickly became troubled when Lorelei began to show her unreliable side. She gradually showed signs of a tumultuous lifestyle with dishonest behavior. According to some sources, Lorelei was said to have pursued another boyfriend, a musician she had feelings for, and even lied to get a job in the music industry. This caused a rift in her relationship with Henley, which prevented them from continuing their relationship for long. Although the official reason for their breakup was not made clear, some believe that the relationship ended in heartbreak and heartbreak. After the breakup, Lorelei sought to use the fame of the relationship to build a name for herself. She became a famous jewelry designer and had relationships with many famous figures in the entertainment and high society, including Salvador Dali, Cher, and Elton John. However, despite Lorelei's success in her own career, her love story with Don Henley remained an important part of her life. Meanwhile, the relationship between Lorelei and Don Henley is said to have inspired many famous songs by the Eagles. In particular, the song Wasted Time is said to reflect the feeling of regret and wasted time in an unfulfilled love, a love that could not last long due to dishonesty and cracks in the relationship. Furthermore, this relationship is also said to be part of the inspiration for one of the Eagles' most famous songs, Hotel California, with lyrics expressing charm and dreaminess, but also full of pain and doubt, as a symbol of a relationship that is past but still has a deep influence. After his divorce from Lorelei Scheist, Don Henley continued his special romantic relationship with Fleetwood Mac singer Stevie Nicks in the mid-1970s and 1980s. Their relationship, although tested many times, remains one of the most widely known love stories in the music industry. The two went through ups and downs, sometimes breaking up and sometimes getting back together, but the feelings they had for each other were undeniable. Stevie Nicks, in an interview, shared that Don Henley always treated her very special, as if they were husband and wife. She felt deep respect and care from Don, despite their busy and challenging lives due to work and the stress of their music careers. One of the special stories of this relationship is the song Sarah, written by Stevie Nicks. This song is said to be about an unborn child that they might have in the future, and the story is very touching as it reveals a pivotal moment in Stevie Nicks' life when she was faced with a difficult decision. Although Stevie decided not to continue the pregnancy, this story is not only a part of her personal life, but also a part of her complicated love affair with Don Henley. In an interview with Billboard, Stevie Nicks admitted that if she and Don were to get married and have a daughter, she would name her daughter Sarah. This is an emotional statement and shows the depth of her feelings for Don Henley, a love that, although it did not result in a perfect family, still left a big mark on her life. Although their relationship did not have the long-term results that she wanted, it is still one of the unforgettable marks in the lives of Don Henley and Stevie Nicks. They continue to maintain a deep respect and bond, even though life took them on different paths. However, Stevie Nicks has denied that the song Sarah was written about her and Don Henley's child, although it has been suggested that the song may be a reference to the deep emotions of their relationship. Stevie has been candid in stating that she simply liked the name Sarah and that it had nothing to do with her relationship with Don, although she has admitted that he wished the song was about him. This shows the ambiguity of their complicated relationship where personal emotions and memories are intertwined with the music. Stevie has also stated that Sarah was not written about Mick Fleetwood's ex-wife, although there has been speculation that the song is a reference to her complicated relationship with Mick Fleetwood. Sarah is in fact heavily influenced by Stevie and Mick's relationship, but other elements play into the songwriting, such as Stevie's feelings of love and loss during her lonely years. The song is not only a reference to Stevie's relationship, but also her way of dealing with her feelings about the changes in her life. Stevie has said that the song is not only a reflection of a woman being hurt by love, but also a song of hope and liberation. This shows a depth to Stevie Nicks' music, with each song being an important part of her journey. For Don Henley, his relationship with Stevie Nicks has also left its mark on his music. The Eagles song Life in the Fast Lane, while not directly credited to Stevie, is said to be connected to Stevie's experiences in her relationship with Lindsey Buckingham. The song tells the story of a couple who have everything, but lose it all due to a lifestyle filled with temptation and partying. Don Henley, in many interviews, has shared that Life in the Fast Lane reflects the dangers of a thoughtless life, where hasty decisions and a reckless lifestyle can have major consequences. He also said that through this song, he wanted to convey the message that this lifestyle is a shallow approach to why we exist on this planet. The song is not only a criticism of the dangers of life, but also a reminder of important values in life. Henley emphasized that being aware of the risks of a life of constant partying is necessary for a more meaningful life, and that the band as a group had deep thoughts about these values when writing the song. In addition to his notable romantic relationships, Don Henley has also had several notable relationships with actresses and models. One of his longest relationships was with Lois Childs, a famous actress who had appeared in a Bond film. Henley and Childs had a 3-year relationship in the 1970s, although nothing significant or deep happened during this time. Henley was also engaged to Maren Jensen, an actress best known for her role in Battlestar Galactica in the 1980s. During this time, Don Henley dedicated his first solo album, I Can't Stand Still, to Maren Jensen as a way of expressing his feelings. On this album, Maren also harmonized and sang with Don on the song Johnny Can't Read, a song that reflects on the difficulties and obstacles in life. Maren Jensen also appeared in the 1985 music video for Not Enough Love in the World, a song from Don Henley's album Building the Perfect Beast. Although Don Henley and Sharon Summerall's relationship began late in life, they developed a lasting love that was different from Don's previous relationships. Before Sharon, Don had had several high-profile relationships, but none of them lasted. Meanwhile, meeting Sharon in the late 1980s was a turning point in his life. Sharon Summerall, who grew up in Dallas in a farming family, had a very similar childhood to Don. This created a strong connection between the two, as they shared a similar background in lifestyle and family values. Sharon began modeling while still in high school and was soon signed by the Ford modeling agency. However, her modeling career was severely disrupted after a serious car accident in December 1982, which left her with a neck injury. Fortunately, Sharon recovered and returned to modeling after a 2-year hiatus. Life with Sharon seemed to be a solid foundation for Don after years of struggling with relationships and career. They first met through a mutual friend, Angus Wayne, a music agent, and began dating shortly thereafter. And their love blossomed quickly. And just 2 years later, in 1995, they were married. Don and Sharon's wedding was a high-profile event, attracting the attention of the media and music industry peers. Celebrities such as Bruce Springsteen, Sting, Billy Joel, John Fogerty, Jackson Browne, Sheryl Crow, Glenn Frey, and Tony Bennett were all present to congratulate the couple. To express his feelings for Sharon, Don wrote the song Everything Is Different Now, an emotional ballad that describes the powerful impact Sharon had on his life. The song reflects his love for her and also represents the great change in Don's life when he found his true partner, who helped him change and grow. Don and Sharon's married life has been a source of inspiration for many of Don Henley's compositions. especially on the album Inside Job, released in 2000. This was his first studio album after a long hiatus since The End of the Innocents in 1989. Although it did not achieve the same commercial success as his previous works, it was still warmly received by critics and fans. In terms of sales, Inside Job reached 7 on the Billboard 200 albums chart, which reflects a strong start for the album. However, compared to Henley's previous successes, this album only sold about 1 million copies worldwide. It's not a low number, but it can be seen as a difference compared to previous hit albums, such as The End of the Innocents. However, Inside Job is still considered a remarkable musical product of Henley's career. Although the album did not win a Grammy or other major music awards, it received critical acclaim. Several songs on the album, such as For My Wedding and The Garden of Allah, were well loved and became Henley's masterpieces. 'Tis a Fearless World is a lengthy cover synth song that Henley described in the Ballad of Major Maple Thumping about love and marriage, became a particular favorite among fans. Additionally, Inside Job was praised for Henley's maturity in both lyrics and music. The album featured gentle melodies and soulful ballads, reflecting a new phase in Henley's life after his marriage to Sharon Summerall. Although it did not achieve the impressive sales figures of his previous works, Inside Job is still an important part of Don Henley's musical career, demonstrating his creativity and ability to adapt to changes in his life and music. He shared in an interview that, looking back at the composition process, he realized that this album is not only about love songs, but also lessons about maturity, mistakes, and right decisions. This relationship was not only marked in music, but also family life. Don and Sharon had 3 children, 2 daughters, Annabelle and Julia, and a son, Will. Their first daughter, Annabelle, became the inspiration for one of Don's famous songs, Annabelle. However, Don also shared that the birth of his 2 daughters later made it difficult for him to write more separate songs for them. However, the love and deep connection within the family has always been the main driving force that kept Don writing. One of the interesting and remarkable aspects of Don Henley's life is his difficulty in settling down, even though he found true love and built a happy family. Although he married Sharon Summerall and had 3 children, Don's family life was not quite what he envisioned as a home. Henley once shared that during his 25 years as an artist, he has traveled to many cities and countries, from touring everywhere to participating in international music events. Every place he has been to makes him feel like home. The lifestyle of an itinerant artist, not being tied to a fixed place, has become an indispensable part of Don Henley's life. He once admitted that he considers the whole country his home and feels comfortable anywhere. The great thing about working in this industry is that you can travel everywhere, experience different cultures, and get to know many people. I have been to many cities and I've gotten used to this feeling. Every place I go, I feel a connection, as if it is home, Henley said. This is evident in his songwriting, as songs like The Last Resort and New York Minute reflect his sharp observations about society and people during his travels. Although he has found stability in his family with Sharon, a sense of true stability in place seems to have eluded him. This partly explains why Don Henley has always maintained a rather comfortable and free life, not wanting to be constrained by a fixed location. For an artist like him, life on tour buses, nights away from home, and constantly moving from city to city seem to be part of his nature and career. This also reflects his desire for creative freedom and the ability to explore the world without any constraints. And when it comes to his previous mistakes and immaturity in relationships and decisions, Don also admitted that he felt, "I could be a failure if I did this too early." However, the marriage with Sharon proved that they were not failures, but winners in life and love. They are still together, spending happy years and raising children thoughtfully, creating a solid family. Don Henley and his family took a major turn when he decided to relocate and raise his children differently. After marrying Sharon Summerall and having 3 children, Don and his wife moved from Los Angeles to Dallas. A decision, he said, was important so that his children could have a peaceful childhood, unaffected by the hustle and bustle of Hollywood. Don said, "I want my children to have the same upbringing I had. I don't want them to grow up in a self-centered environment like Hollywood." He was particularly concerned about the impact that a life of celebrity would have on his children, with its complex social relationships and the spotlight of the entertainment industry. While not impossible, Don found that raising children in such an environment was difficult, especially when he was often away from home for work. So he decided to take the family out of the spotlight and find a more peaceful environment where his children could grow up close to nature and family values. They would have a different childhood without the hustle and bustle of Hollywood, Don shared. Another important reason for moving to Dallas was the fact that Sharon's family lived nearby. Don and Sharon decided to live close to her family, a choice that made it easier for them to maintain a close relationship with their grandparents and receive support in raising their children. This also reflected Don's deep family values, as he recognized the importance of grandparents being present in their children's lives. Sharon's parents were very involved in raising their grandchildren, and that made life easier for us, Don says. Living close to family also helped him recall fond memories of his grandparents as a child. However, family life wasn't always easy when Sharon Summerall was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, MS. This is an autoimmune disease in which the immune system mistakenly attacks the protective nerve cells, causing damage to the brain and spinal cord. This leaves patients with a wide range of severe symptoms, including fatigue, loss of muscle control, and persistent pain. Sharon was no exception, and the disease had a profound impact on her personal and professional life. Before her illness, Sharon was a famous model, signed to the Ford modeling agency, and had a promising career. However, when the symptoms of MS began to appear, she was forced to stop working. The pain caused by MS directly affected her back and spine, making it extremely difficult to move around. Chronic pain was an integral part of Sharon's daily life. "Pain was a new part of life that I had to learn to live with," she shared in an interview. She felt her health gradually decline, and the modeling job she loved became more difficult than ever. One of the most devastating effects of MS on Sharon is her ability to move. Not only does she struggle with fatigue and body pain, but she also struggles with maintaining daily activities, from walking to caring for her family. Sometimes standing or walking becomes extremely tiring and painful, and Sharon relies on the help of those around her, including Don and her family. However, despite her illness, Sharon never gives up hope. She tries her best to maintain an active lifestyle, seeking treatments that will improve her health. Don Henley, Sharon's steadfast partner, has been with her throughout her battle with the disease. He has not only been a loving husband, but also a spiritual and physical supporter. She feels Don's wholehearted care and concern, which has given her the strength to face the disease. Don shares that they are fortunate because Sharon has a relapsing, reemitting form of MS, meaning she does not have to face the rapid decline in health that some other patients do. Sharon can still drive and walk independently, which helps her feel somewhat more in control of her life. However, although Sharon's condition is not the most severe, she is not without difficulties and challenges. Maintaining a normal life amidst pain and fatigue is a big challenge for both Sharon and her family. Sharon admits that although she has learned to cope with her illness, she sometimes feels exhausted. She has to regularly attend therapy and maintain a special healthcare regimen to minimize the symptoms of the disease. Despite this, Sharon never loses faith in the future, and she continues to fight the disease with optimism and hope. Now, what do you think about this admirable relationship? Please share your thoughts in the comments section below. We would love to hear from you, and don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more interesting updates. Thank you, and see you in the next videos.